I want to see them go after Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's out there. Go ahead and make the move. I got Beef Stew, Asura Thompson, in the first round pick for Jimmy Butler. What you guys think about it?
Nope, I would not do that in a million years. Asar is going to be way too valuable for Jimmy. If you were third in the East, or even if you were fifth right now in the East, I'd say potentially, because then you could make a run. But I don't think Jimmy's going to be. I think Jimmy is. He's proven that he's kind of been a locker room cancer in places that he's gone. I wouldn't give up on the promise of Asar. He's been playing really well since he got back. And again, the first round pick. I mean, I guess you could get rid of it, but you don't have a lot of them. So, I mean, I'm sure some people would take that because Asar isn't really a starter, but defensively and athletically, he's a lot more promising for the future than Jimmy Butler would be winning a championship. I'm out on the Jimmy Butler thing.
Yeah, and it's like my boy Randy Jackson would say, it's a no for me, dog.
All right. Well, I guess I'm not. I guess I'm the only guy here on the Jimmy Butler bandwagon here, man. I mean, for the right price. I'm not saying give mortgage your future or give up a lot of your young core, but for the right price, I'm all for it. Bring Jimmy Butler here.
Yeah, I mean, a guy that I would be interested in maybe possibly going getting in because they're tanking right now would be see what it would cost for Brandon Ingram. We talked about him last season. Just guys that can fit in and help you. I just think Jimmy Butler, he needs to go to an actual like contender. So he needs to go to a Lakers or what did I just see? Oh, I just saw one. Grizzlies. I think Grizzlies would be a good team for him to go to. Potentially the Mavericks, but yeah, I'm out on the Jimmy Butler thing, just like Adrian said.
Yeah, I know he just released a list of teams he don't want to. Sorry guys, I'm watching the North Carolina game too, by the way. He said there's a couple. He recently released a list of teams he didn't want to go to. I know the Grizzlies was one of those teams. And I just read a report earlier, it said the Warriors aren't interested in adding him because they're trying to find a big man to help complement Draymond. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think you're gonna have to trade him all in at the end of the day because the tension's just too high in Miami right now. They gave him a 7-game suspension. So it's a crazy situation. And now we're starting to see more players just flat out go out in the media and say, I want to trade. Tyreek Hill just did it the other day. We don't have to get into that now, but his brother basically said, I want out of here. I think it's a him versus Pat Riley, and he's not going to win that battle.
Yeah. The Godfather.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
there's no way Jimmy is a diva and won't be good for our young guys. So
his best fit.
I guess I'm the only guy on the Jimmy Butler train here.
His best fit was Philly. And Philly made the wrong decision by giving Tobias all that money and getting rid of him. They should have let Tobias walk and kept Jimmy. I think that was the best fit for him. Just because he matches that city's grit and energy. And maybe could have helped Ben Simmons and company. Who knows? I don't know, but
Boston. Like Boston has nothing. Like you're not playing for those draft picks. You can get rid. They have draft picks. You can get rid of those. You could trade a guy like you could probably trade him Drew, Peyton Pritchard, and like something and someone else, and like 2 firsts, and you could probably get Jimmy.
I just think that Boston's chemistry is too good. Boston's chemistry is too good.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess. I wouldn't want to mess up what they got right now. They got a well-oiled machine. It's turning. A guy like Jimmy could come in and be a real X factor and derail the whole thing. So
that's why I wouldn't want him on the Pistons for one. But I think that if you send Jimmy to the number 1 seed in the East, who has probably the clearest path to the playoffs, and you talk obviously, I think Mazzulla is a good enough head coach to be like, hey, listen, like we understand the type of player you are and the type of voice that you have. Just ride it with us and we can see what happens. Like Bickerstaff doesn't have the resume behind him to really tell Jimmy that. A lot of coaches don't. Like a Malone might, Kerr obviously could. There's a few coaches that would be able to tell Jimmy Butler that just like ride the wave with us. We can put you where you need to be put. Just stay quiet and do your job. And I think Jimmy Butler's not really a guy to do that. But if you have a coach that has the mentality, you could probably get him to do it. Again, Boston being a favorable spot.
I think Milwaukee would be a perfect fit for Jimmy because he loves the dog that Giannis has and Dame has. I think that would fit perfectly. They don't have the assets to make that trade happen. But I think if we're talking about the Eastern Conference, I think that'd be a perfect fit for him.